Hey folks, in this PowerPoint, you will learn different ways to find averages of data. Before moving on, it's important to understand what do you mean by average. Average of a set of data gives you an approximate idea about the data. For example, if one says the average height of students in a class is 120 centimeters, it simply means that height of many students, or most of the students in the class, is around 120 centimeters. Now please make note these two words, most of the students and around. So you really have to be careful here that it simply means that many students in the class are around that height 120 centimeters. So it's somewhere around the center of the entire data, and that's where the average height is. Now there are three types of averages you've already learnt, which is mean, there's median, and there's mode. Now how to find mean? You just add up all the observations and divide by the number of observations. Now let's look at how we can do this through this example. Now Alex collected 13 petals of different flowers and he measured their lengths and he recorded them in the nearest centimeter, and these were his measurements. So 4 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 1, 1, 2, 4, and so on. Now how to find the mean length? Just add them all up. So 4, bring down the 3, 1, 1, plus 2, plus 4, and so on. And then divide by the number of petals that he had collected, whose lengths he measured. So there you have 13. Then add these up, divide it by 13, and you get 2.8 centimeters. Now what does this mean? Again, going back to what average means, it means that most of the petals are around this 2.8 centimeters. So if you can notice in the data, you have 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2. So most of them are around this between 2 and 3. So that's what it means. Now how to find the mean from a frequency table? Let's take the same example. There you go. So obviously you'll have to make the frequency table, and you know how to make it. So just see the length of each of the petals, and then you have the number of petals of these lengths. So there are 2 petals of 1 centimeter length, 4 petals of 2 centimeters, and 3 of 3 centimeters, 2 petals of 4 centimeters, and so on. Now how do you find mean? So basically you have to add up all these observations, right? So if I had added these two observations, I would have got 1 plus 1. Now instead of adding them up, I'm going to multiply the length with the number of petals. So 1 multiplied by 2. And then instead of adding 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, I'm going to multiply 2 4 times. So it's basically multiplication instead of repeated addition. So again, instead of 3 plus 3 plus 3, just replace it with 3 times 3. And then all you have to do is add them up. So you're basically multiplying the length with the frequency and then adding them up. And again, you're having your total as 37. So if you add these observations, you'll again get the same number, that is 37. And then you know the formula for mean. You have to add up all the observations and divide by the total number of observations. So that will give me 37 divided by 13, because there were 13 petals to begin with. And then you have the mean as 2.8 centimeters. So that's how you find the mean from a frequency table. Now how do you find median? All you have to do is arrange the data in ascending or descending order. So you arrange the data either from smallest data to the highest one, or the reverse order. You can bring the 5 here and then finish off with 1 here. So the mean will be the centermost observation. So now the B is indicating that, yeah, there you go. Yes, 3 is the middlemost data. How did we find it? If you see, then you can see that there are 6 observations on this side and 6 on the other side. So therefore 3 is the one which is left out in the middle, and that will be your median. Yes, the middle value of the set of data is the median. Now here you had odd number of observations, so you had single middle observation very clearly, and that was your median. But what if you have even number of observations? Then you will have 2 observations which are in the middle. So you remove 3 on this side, 12 on this side, then you have 2 middlemost observations, 6 and 7. So then in that case, then take the 2 observations and then find its mean. So all you have to do is add them up and divide it by 2. So any set of observations which have even number, then go to the first, obviously you have to arrange them in the ascending or descending order, and then mark the 2 middlemost observations and then find its mean, and that will be your median. And then just recall, range is the largest observation minus the smallest one. So here you have 5 and there you have 1, so it's 5 minus 1, which is 4 centimeters. And range tells you how the data is spread. So here the range is 4 centimeters. How to find mode? Mode is the data that is most repeated. So obviously it will have the highest frequency, and here you can see that 2 is repeated maximum number of times, so mode is 2 centimeters. For a grouped frequency table, you really can't find the mode or median, but you can simply say that the modal class will be the class between 25 and 29. Why? Because it has the highest frequency. Again, for median, you have to see the spread of the data here, and you have to look for the middlemost data and then look for that class there. So again, even for median, you can only tell which class is the median class. You can't exactly tell which is the median in a frequency distribution table. Now, did you notice that for the same set of data, mean is 2.8 centimeters, median is 3 centimeters, and mode is 2 centimeters. So it's different. But you can still say that mean and median are closer together and the mode is slightly apart, but still they all hover around 2 to 3 range. But the most accurate average depends on variations in the data. But you will be reading about this in the next grades, but you should probably still ask your teacher about this. But I'm sure you know how to find mean, median or mode for a set of data. So go ahead guys,